Okay guys, so welcome to my series that's going to cover my favorite things. So this one is going to be covering favorite things related to fitness. So I have a whole pile of things here that I personally use and I like to have. We're playing fetch while I'm doing this, sorry. So I'm just going to kind of talk through them, and then you can follow the link in the description to see all of the list and where to find it. So let's get started. First things first, shoes. Shoes are such a huge part of your actual ability to do your workout properly. Doing heavy lifting in squishy shoes is like trying to lift while you're standing on a pillow. It just doesn't work. So you have to have a good set of shoes. I like these trainers from Noble. I have 4 pairs, maybe. Different colors, obviously, but they're a little bit flatter. They provide really good support, and they're basically good for all around training. You can run in them, you can jump in them, you can lift in them. Great. And they're kind of waterproof. So, next item. Whoop. Lifting gloves. So I have very delicate hands, if any of you guys know me, and I just rip and callus and all kinds of things, even with gloves. But I use these. This is the kind that I've really used forever. I just have a couple pairs of them. But basically they cover up to about here on your fingers, and then your fingertips are free. It has a little bit of a grippy on the inside here to help with your grip. I like it whenever I'm using barbells, dumbbells, or if I'm doing anything on like a pull-up bar. So that saves my hands for sure. Next item up is weight belt. So you shouldn't rely on them to have proper form, obviously, but these can come in very handy to help train yourself to breathe properly. You're supposed to breathe into the belt, so you're properly bracing your core. When you're properly bracing your core, then you actually have more efficient lifts. Also, especially for what I'm doing right now, it helps me make sure that I'm engaging my muscles the proper way when I'm lifting. So this is definitely a good thing to have on hand. Next item, wait for it. These are ankle straps. So if you're attaching to a cable machine, which is what I use these for, you can actually attach them to your ankles or to your wrists, and it goes around, loops through here, and this goes around your heel just for more security. You don't have to use it if you're just using it around your arms. And there is a place for it to attach up front here or to attach lower down here. So there's a couple options with that. Very cost effective, and I don't like using the ones at the gym because like everybody has used them, and I find that like the Velcro isn't super good. So I like to have my own, and of course they come in a variety of colors, and a nice little case to like hold them so that they stay in good order. The next one I'm gonna kind of get into, that's all like wearables, I guess. I do have one more. I have a Whoop, which actually it doesn't track your steps, but it tracks your strain, it tracks your heart rate variation, how well you're recovering, how well you're sleeping, how stressful on your body your workouts are or your day. It actually will make recommendations on how to train or recover based on that. And it has a whole slew of things in the journal. It gathers data. So basically the more data you provide it, the better data it gives you on how your habits and some of your intake might affect your recovery and your workouts. So it goes through a whole host of things like certain vitamins you take, what time of day, alcohol, watching TV in bed, sharing a bed, all that stuff. So it's pretty interesting, to say the least. But I like it because I have a hard time listening on when it's time to recover. So it kind of helps reel me in. So then on the note of recovery, foam roller. These are definitely key. I think I don't use mine enough, but I have it to get to those areas that are really tight and work through them. This is a great recovery tool. They come in all different sizes and shapes. This is the one that I have here. Next up, kind of similar, a chirp wheel. So these, we have like a 3-pack. So there's this size one is the smallest, and then there's like a medium, and then there's a big one. And they all can like nestle in together. But this can really help with dealing with tightness in your back. Some people will even get like cracks out of it, although that's not like the main focus, but it'll help open up your hip flexors. There's different ways that you can use it, but this can be a really good way to sort of help release some tension in your back, upper back, lower back, mid back, depending on what you're doing and which wheel you use. You can kind of play around with that. So that's a great tool to have. Another good recovery item is we've got a Hypervolt gun, which it comes with all kinds of different ends on it. You can see there's like dog bites in this one, so it probably needs to be replaced, but they have this ball end. They've got one that looks more like a bullet, then like a 2-prong one, all kinds of different ones for different reasons. And it literally just pulsates back and forth, and you use it to kind of dig into areas of high tension or soreness, or you can actually warm up your muscles with it, all kinds of different things. It feels a little weird at first, but good, like really, really good. This one, I'm telling you, it's worth the investment for this stuff. Definitely. Some random things for workouts. So right now I'm doing a lot of hip thrusts to work on the booty. So you definitely need a good hip thrust pad so that you can put more weight on, so that you can get all of the booty gains. You don't want to stop putting weight on because the bar is hurting where it's sitting. You just use a pad, and then you can avoid that. Booty bands. These are great to use like when you're warming up. You can do like monster walks and air squats, stuff like that, to sort of help wake up and create that mind-body connection to some of those muscles. So it's really great for leg day. I also actually use it when I'm doing RDLs and hip thrusts, just to help me engage the correct muscles. So I really like them. It's filthy dirty, as you can see, but it's because I use it all the time. So, and they come in different colors, different resistance things. A 3-pack can definitely get you where you want to go, but definitely a good tool. Similar concepts, there are all kinds of bands. Like this is like a silicone version that you can use, for all kinds of things, arms, hands. And then this one these aren't loops, although you can tie them into loops, as you can see. I made it so it can go around like a wrist or an ankle or something like that. They also have ones that have handles on them. The different colors are basically different resistance. There's like blue and yellow, in addition to a whole bunch of others. So these can be great. During COVID, a lot of people were using, banded movements as a way to do like home exercise. So anyone who's starting out, these are a great way. They take up like no space, and it's a great way to at least get started. Or if you're doing like active recovery, you can, get blood flow to muscles without causing a lot of strain by like lifting heavy. So these are definitely awesome. Also really good for warm-ups. So those are good. This one is a little bit, I don't know if you can see, definitely thicker, higher resistance. Again, they come in different colors for different resistance levels. And these are more for like when you want to sort of, a couple different reasons. So a lot of people will use these when they're working on getting their pull-ups. You loop it over the bar, you put your foot in it, and it actually gives you a little bit of assist out of the hole, so you can learn the proper like pull-up form, and like just give you a little lift until you have that muscle strength built up. People will also attach bands to like barbells to change where it's most resistant during like a back squat or something like that, bench press, things of that nature. So there's all kinds of things you can do. You can even use them for stretching by attaching them to something and then attaching the other, holding the other end. So definitely like these, use these, and it can help you mix up some things. Let's see here. Earbuds, y'all. Have the Beats Fit Pro ones, and I got like a cheapo little case for it because I know I'll drop it and ruin them. But this is great. It pairs to Apple or Android, and they actually fit in your ear. I know there's a lot of times where just like the regular AirPods feel like they're gonna fall out when I'm working out, and these kind of, because of how they're shaped, they kind of work into the upper part of your ear and sort of, it just helps hold it in, I guess. I don't know all the science to it, but they stay in your ear better. They have a pretty decent battery life, and when they're in the case, they are charging in the case, unless of course you're like me and you forget to charge the case, and then you have a problem. But I recommend charging your case, like pick a day a week to charge your case. And I can charge it once a week, and I'm good for all of my workouts, and I work out 6 times a week, so good on that. Okay, sorry boys, but hey, if you do a man bun, that works too. Hair ties. So this is, actually I need to start replacing it. This is a little bit older, but these are from TYE. It is a hair tie brand that was designed by my volleyball coach's wife. She's a professional volleyball player and always had the issue, like when she was working out or playing, that like you start with your hair up here and it slowly like falls down. Definitely I can tell you, using these long hair, jump roping, stuff like that, my hair would always come down. These things hold. These are great. Ladies definitely recommend, or men with long hair, definitely recommend. Let's see here. Okay. Don't hate me. Sweat towel. I had to include it. Get yourself a fun little sweat towel. You should have a couple, but like this was a gift. If you know me, you know I love Dr. Now, and watching his show, like he kills me. I love watching him. So some of my friends gave this to me as a gift. I love it, and it's always great to have around to kind of clean yourself off a little bit when you're getting sweaty. Water bottle. There's a million of them. This is a 64-ounce one. The gallon ones to me are just too big and heavy. Like I can't. So I can drink 2 of these just as easy. I can drink 1 of those big ones. I like this half-gallon one because like the 32-ounce ones, now they're kind of too small. So if I'm going somewhere for a while, I don't want to have to bring 2 32-ouncers. I can just bring this. But the nice thing is, as you can see, is it comes with this case. This is key. This case, it comes in different colors and stuff like that. It has a spot for you to fit your phone. It has another spot for like keys or chapstick. Obviously, I'm an addict. But a great thing, I always use this when I'm going to the commercial gym because I can, hold it on my shoulder so I'm not like dropping all this stuff. I can attach my earbud case. I can attach my keys or whatever. And it's just so much easier to have the shoulder strap. I'm telling you, when that thing is full, it's heavy. You get tired of dragging it around. So love this. And to get the water bottle out, you just unzip and pull it out. And you can wash this too. So when it's been sitting on the floor or whatever, you can make sure it stays clean. All right. Next thing I got here is a good gym bag. This one is from Under Armour, but honestly, it's just an example. But this one, you try and have one with a bunch of compartments that you can keep organized. So down here in this bottom part, I have my lifters. I don't use them super often, so they're kind of like they're here if I need them, but they don't clog up all the main space. Inside here, in this main part, I don't know if you can see that, it has like, you could even put something for a laptop, but that's usually where I put my weight belt and like my knee brace. And in the main area, I put the shoes I'm actually going to wear. If I'm carrying one of the smaller water bottles, I put it in here. My gloves, because it's cold out, stuff like that. There's spots on the side for your water bottles, your keys, your phone, whatever. Then there's another compartment that's like a middle compartment. And that's where I have like my tape, my grips, my rock sauce, various things. I think my jump rope is in there. And then the last one is just like a small outer one. And like, that's where I keep extra hair ties, my inhaler, chapstick, of course, because again, I'm an addict. But just like those easy grab items. That's just nice because you're not having to remember like I can fit everything I need in here. So instead of having to think like, okay, is it leg day, is it arm day, what am I gonna need? Like I just bring the whole bag and I'm good. So then that brings me to adjustables. So you can see we are in our home gym. And we have various equipment, but like these things were clutch. So these are from Bowflex. There's a couple different brands. And this is set at the 20 pounds, but as you can see, like there's all kinds of different numbers around the side here. You can adjust them. So for me,
I can have all the way down to 5 pounds. If I'm doing like little, like small muscle work, which 5 pounds can be a lot depending on what you're doing. Or, you know, like my husband, who can definitely lift heavier than me, it goes up to 52.5. So he can do all of his heavy stuff, you know, with that. So what it does, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna try and take you with, actually, hang tight.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay. I'm gonna take you over. This is kind of where we keep them. Yeah, that's my water. But like this is the one that's in it right now. And woo, I'm gonna put this one back. Okay, and then as you can see, like you can adjust it here for how much weight. You just have to do it on both sides, but you can adjust it for how much weight you need. So it's a really nice way to have some dumbbells available to you, maybe even your significant other, without having to get like a whole rack of dumbbells, because that just takes up so much space, way more expensive. We really, really like those. There's a kettlebell option too, which I haven't gotten yet, but I want to. So I think it goes maybe from 5 pounds, I don't remember, but basically it's a kettlebell version that has the plates on it, and I think it goes up to like 40 pounds. So that's another great option too. This just covers, I know it's a lot. I tried to talk, I'm trying not to make this long, but I wanted to include everything and give you guys enough detail. But like I said, I have the list in the description below, which will have all of the links. Not most of the stuff is on Amazon, but not all of it. So I don't get any kickback from any of this. Like I have no skin in the game. I'm just sharing this so that like people who aren't sure, like what do I do, what do I get, where do I start, like this can at least give you some ideas. So that's about it for the fitness part of it, and then I'm going to do a like nutrition meal prep version of this as well. So stay tuned.